Well, hi everyone. It's good to chat to you. We decided to do a video update because there's some important information to communicate to you, our friends and family, and friends of friends and extended family members. We thought that writing it on WhatsApp chat might be way too long-winded and laborious, and so we thought that this would be the best way to do it, just for me to put the phone on and chat to you about what's been going on. And so, as you know, I had an important meeting with my doctor yesterday following my bone marrow biopsy, which happened on the Wednesday. And I had to have that second biopsy because the first biopsy was inconclusive. That is, they didn't know at that stage whether I was in complete remission, which means that my blast cells, or the bad, horrible leukemia cells, had to be under 5%, or just in partial remission, means it's above 5%. And so there was a discrepancy there. But long story short, had the meeting, Nat and I had the meeting with the doctor yesterday, and unfortunately, not good news. I'm not in full remission yet. I'm partial remission. The blast cells are 14%, so partial remission. Before I went into hospital, the blast cells were 35%. So, 1 in 3 cells were immature and full of leukemia. But now they're 14%. So the chemo did do a good job the first round, but just it was insufficient, not enough. Which means the outcome of that is that I can't stay at home as an outpatient. It means that I will be going back into hospital this coming Wednesday, which is Kaylee's birthday, for a second extended stint at the cancer ward at Westmead Hospital. This time I'm going to be there for up to 50 days. And the reason is because they're likely going to put me on a lot stronger chemotherapy treatment, which is not going to knock me for 6 like the first round of chemo, but it's probably going to knock me out of the stadium. And so please pray that there'll be minimal side effects on my body, as I'm already quite weak. And so that's the news. As you can imagine, we are sad about that, because that means that I'm going to be away from the family for longer than the first time, and that's a tough pill to swallow. These 2 weeks with the family has been sweet and wonderful, and I wouldn't trade in the last 2 weeks for anything in the world. And yet to have to go back into hospital, which I know is the best course of action, is difficult for all of us. But please don't hear that as discouragement or doubt or despondency. We're not discouraged, we're not doubtful, we're not despondent. We're still full of hope. And I know that this is the best pathway for me with the best possible outcomes. And so I'm ready, I'm ready for the journey. And I know that God is going to meet me in deep, profound ways whilst I'm in hospital, as he did the first time. So that's where you guys come in. You guys have been incredibly supportive. As I said in the first video, we can't do this without you. And you have been mind-blowingly generous. All your practical acts of kindness and support, being on the meal roster, supporting us financially, prayerfully, has been profoundly moving. I've shed many a tear. Natalie has too. We've been so moved. The old adage, the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village to support a family in moments of darkness. And you've been our village. You've been our crew. And we couldn't have done it without you, but we still need you. And that's the point. We still need the ongoing support, the practical acts of kindness. We still need the monetary support, because I'm not working, there's no income coming in there. Natalie, because of the situation and the added stress, has decided to go from 6 days a fortnight to 3, and now she's really considering going just to 1 day a week so that she can cope with the stress and not be overwhelmed and be here for the goals and visit me more as well in hospital. And so there is that financial need and burden. And I know a lot of you have dug so deep, you've been so generous, but there's a need there. And so you understand the dynamics of that. And so I don't have to kind of spell everything out. And so the GoFundMe page will continue. The meal roster, of course, will continue, and our needs of family remain. And so we love you. We have felt so incredibly supported, and we just ask you to continue to love on us as a family and support us the best way possible, for you to continue that help. Just one last thing. I don't want to freak you out, but I thought, hey, why not show them my battle scar? Obviously, less hair. I did that. I shaved it off, but it's starting to go. Really glad I still got my eyebrows, but I think second round of chemo might obliterate those. But here's the battle scar, right? I don't want to gross you out, don't want to make you feel sick, but there you go. There's a central line, and all the medicine and chemo goes straight into there. So this is great. It doesn't look great, but it is great. That means they don't have to jab my arm for blood and inject me with stuff. It just goes in there. Don't feel a thing. So it's a really good thing. So the battle scar, and also lastly, if the second round of chemo is successful, obviously we're really hopeful that will be the case. Then it's highly likely that they will follow that with a bone marrow transplant. And so my brothers are currently being tissue typed to see whether they're a perfect match or a 50% match. And so that's something else, you can pray for as well, that in particular, my younger sibling, he will be a perfect match, which means my body will just accept his bone marrow as its own. And there will be fewer complications and the recovery will be a lot quicker. And so that would be awesome. So again, we love you. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you for being in our corner as a family. You mean the world to us. And I know because of this hardship, we've been pulled closer together, which is the miracle, isn't it, of God's grace. And so thank you so much. Again, on behalf of all the family, we love you and we'll be in contact soon. Bless you.